Scorpio, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-September 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's going on with the Scorpio gang. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's see what Spirit has for us this week. We're getting close to Scorpio season. My guides, talk to me. What's going on? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock. See what's up with Scorpio, please, my guides and spirit team. Been definitely looking forward to this reading because of last week's, and we have a super interesting one to start with. All about temptation there. Do you see that imagery there, Scorpio? Okay. Yeah, this is how this reading's going to go. It's all good, though. Before I fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about it, my friends. Have a look here. So we see this figure back there and the woman and the serpent. This card is all about temptation in one form or another. So Scorpio, if there's something you've been trying to refrain from, you might be tempted. If there's something you've been trying to cut out, you might be tempted to not let that go. This card is all about those things, and it does feel very fiery. Burning up here, Scorpio. So for a lot of you, you might be burning up in various different ways in this time, whether it is the libido, whether it is your motivation. There is super tempting energy here. Okay, and we're going to see what shows up in the reading itself. I'm already getting vibes and feelings here, but you might be tempted into various different things. No, I want to feel good. I want to feel good. I'm going to do what I want. That's the type of energy I'm picking up. Of course, this could be someone else you're connected to as well, but just beware of that energy, right? I'm not going to tell you what decisions you need to make or need to not make. You know what's right for you. But sometimes with this card, it represents an energy that is not the healthiest, but is still tempting for whatever reason. But let's just leave that over there. I'm not going to speak too much into it. You get the point. You're picking up what I'm putting down. And as I always say, that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. Let's get this tarot going. Let me get you 3 in the upright before we get the intuitive juiciness flowing. Let's shuffle it up one time for Scorpio. That was a different start to the reading. Normally I am much more structured than that. While we get the deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading, because that was, as usual, very interesting. It was titled They Have a Plan. There was so much strategy in last week's reading. So hey, maybe there's something you're planning or putting into the works or wanting to get going. But there absolutely could have been somebody you're connected to that is making some sort of strategy or plan towards you. It was all over the reading last week. So we're going to see what we get this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're connected to. Let's get these cards flying. Let's see what's out here for Scorpio, please, my gods. See what kind of different flavors and archetypes we get going. Okay, so we have the Ten of Swords in position number 1. This could absolutely be a warning. We're going to have to watch out for this type of energy, specifically with the way we started off this reading. But that could be past Ten of Swords. Let's not get too doom and gloom about it. It is what it is, right? Let's get 2 more. Thank you. Okay, yeah, we have the 7 of Pentacles here. So maybe it is something that's already happened for a lot of Scorpios. Something that's already elapsed. Yeah, someone's not having a good time, though, with that 10 of Swords in the beginning. Let's get you one more. Really start to talk about it. Okay, 2 Pentacles, improvement. So, yeah, strap in for this one, Scorpio, because just like every single Scorpio reading, this is going to be super layered. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first look, at first glance, I have to mention we have 2 Pentacle cards, which are generally cards of the earthly, the abundance, the money, the work, things like that. But in the front end, we got that 10 of Swords, which could absolutely be a warning of some sort. Sometimes even the 7 of Pentacles could be, depending on what's surrounding it. But it's like we have external, we have internal. Even though the external might look fine, the internal might be going through a lot. So for a lot of Scorpios, there might be something you're dealing with, internally or mentally, that you're not really letting others on to. I don't want to get too intuitive just yet, but I'm picking that up here big in the front end, where someone's going through something, they're feeling something intense, but they're not letting it be made known. Let's go through one by one. Position number 1, we have the Ten of Swords. Obviously, this card is very well known if you watch tarot. It's not the nicest imagery, right? But we're Scorpios, right? We could deal with imagery like that. It's nothing to be nervous about or afraid about. Cards are just representative of energy. But when we see the Ten of Swords, it could represent endings. It could represent pain. It could represent painful endings. It could represent rock bottoms. And I always say that it's generally on a scale. This card can be very, very intense. But it's also on a scale, just like every card. So, like, maybe there's something you have on your mind and it's really bothering you. Or maybe you've recently been through a very tough ending of some sort. Obviously, this is someone in pain. It doesn't have to be your energy. There could be someone you're connected to that's really going through one. They're really going through a tough one, okay? Like, this does represent endings and pain. I mean, I'm not going to be a broken record about it. I think you get the point. But the good thing about the Ten of Swords is that there's nowhere to go but up from that energy. So we'll see how it all plays out. And the one thing I'm seeing with this swoop of energy is, like, we have this Ten of Swords moment, then we have this patience coming in, this karmic energy into the Two of Pentacles. So it's like we might have a happy ending on the back end. But in the center, we move out of the Ten of Swords into the Seven of Pentacles. Like I said, this is a card of patience. This could be somebody in healing mode. This could be somebody in waiting mode. Your patience may be tested. You might be very thin on patience in this time. When I see the Seven of Pentacles, I say it's karmic because you reap what you sow. What you put forth, you get back in return. And you see this person waiting there for that harvest. So maybe we have some karmic archetypes. I know that I saw that a few weeks ago in the Scorpio readings. We had karma show up. But another thing with karma, it represents beginnings and endings, closes of cycles. And we already have a possible close of the cycle. This could be representing an opening of one with the Two of Pentacles on the back end, and I'll explain why. But we could be looking at karmic things, or we could be looking at good things coming in with the Seven of Pentacles. It's not inherently a frustrating card. So let's just put it down right there. As we get to the back end, we have the Two of Pentacles. Now, this is one of my favorite cards in the whole entire deck, and I just have to mention this. This showed up in every single water sign this week. Showed up in the Cancer reading, it showed up in the Pisces reading, and now for the Scorpio. This is a card of harmony. It's a card of balance. So when we see it there with the infinity symbol, this also has karmic connotations as well. So we have a lot of these karmic energies floating around. Another thing aside from harmony, all twos represent partnerships. They represent choices, decisions, and generally this one represents making the right choice or making the right decision. So we like this harmonious type of energy. When I see the Two of Pentacles, the person is juggling. You see them juggling those two pentacles. So for a lot of Scorpios in this time, you might be juggling a lot. Whether it's juggling a lot in your mind, you might be a very busy individual. There's some possible juggling happening with somebody's energy here. But once again, I need to mention, we have this earthly energy here, the money, the work, the outer world, but the inner world, there's something going on. So for a lot of Scorpios, or maybe it's someone you're connected to, they're going through something internally that for some reason the outer world isn't being let into it. But I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for the Scorpio Collective. And while I get the deck ready, I just want to let everybody know I opened up channel memberships here on the Kyle of Cups page. And I would love Scorpio gang to come join the inner circle over there. So if you're interested in that, please click the join button. Check out the link in the description and pinned comment. Obviously, no pressure whatsoever, but it's there if you want to check it out. Let's get into this. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Ten of Swords, see what that's about. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Scorpio, just drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, why is that Ten of Swords here? Why is that Ten of Swords in the mix? Thank you. Ten of Cups in reverse underneath the Ten of Swords. So we do have two cards of endings. We're starting with an ending. In the beginning of the main part of the spread, in the beginning of the clarifiers, like, we're beginning with an ending. So the story that we're looking at, if you haven't recently had one, we're talking about a cycle that has closed out and has ended, all right? If not, for some of you, you might be experiencing some big endings in this time. The Ten of Cups in reverse isn't the way we want to receive that card, but it's not quite as harsh as the Ten of Swords. For me, this says someone is going through some very heavy pain right now, okay? Whether it is physically, whether it is emotionally. Both of these are internal energies. When I read tarot, swords and cups are the internal world. Pentacles, wands, external. So the Ten of Cups in reverse, this is somebody, whether it is heartbreak, whether it is like emotional damage of some sort, like somebody is going through something. So this is a very serious warning, okay, that if you're going through something, if you've recently been through something, even if it's been years ago and it's made a big mark on you, take it seriously. It's okay to feel these things. It's okay to hold on to these things as well. Trust me, I get it. So there is an emotional scarring here from some sort of very painful ending that's showing up right here in the front. Now, we do see a journey within the energy. We do see a journey within the spread. But this is a very serious warning right here in the front end, or an important one, about someone's emotional state, that they still haven't recovered from something, okay, fully. Let's keep moving. I mean, we all have things that we hold on to, right? Especially being part of the Scorpio collective. I know what it's like. Let's go in on that Seven of Pentacles. All right, hopefully this isn't an ending that's coming up in current times, but for some of you it might be. It could be it. Not every ending has to be bad. It might feel bad in the moment, but let's see why that Seven of Pentacles is here. Okay. I mean, there's cause for optimism and to be hopeful. This is almost getting me choked up, my friends, the energy I'm feeling here. We have the star underneath the Seven of Pentacles. All is not lost. All hope is not lost. Look on the bright side. Oh, that's such a beautiful energy I'm feeling here, my friend. Seriously. The star could represent an Aquarius that you're connected with. Maybe you have Aquarius placements in your chart. This is a card of the future. This is the card of hope. This is a card of wish fulfillment. Okay, so maybe there was something that didn't turn out the way you liked, but it wasn't meant to be for whatever reason. When we get the Seven of Pentacles and the star together, these are cards of time elapsing. So I could absolutely see for a lot of Scorpios, maybe something that you went through a long time ago resurfaces for one reason or another. A situation you've been through, a cycle, a relationship, a job, something that you went through that went out in a very difficult way could resurface in this time. However, we have this elapsing of time, and this is Spirit telling us everything is going to be okay. Time will heal it. Time will help it. You still got to do some work to make it happen, but this feels so reassuring. It feels spiritual. And like I said, it's like giving me like a little knot in my throat feeling this energy with the Seven of Pentacles and the star. It's absolutely beautiful. And it is that reassurance. Okay, you are loved, you are protected, you are not alone. This is good energy we're picking up right here. So things can turn out for the best. Even if it doesn't feel like it in the time, it can and it will. Let's keep moving over to the Two of Pentacles, because I've been feeling it since the beginning. We're on some sort of energetic journey here. We're beginning with an ending, but we're pressing forward. We're going to keep it pushing. We're going to keep moving, right? Scorpios never stop. Let's keep going to that Two of Pentacles. All right, for some of you, if you're cross watchers and you're watching this because of a situation with a Scorpio, obviously, I mean, both of you could be in some sort of hurt, right? Let's see what's up with that Two of Pentacles. And we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. One way or another, everything's going to be fine. Why is that two? Thank you. The Wheel of Fortune. My friends, we got the Wheel of Fortune right here on the back end, so we get our prototypical happy ending. It was meant to be. The journey, the pain, the waiting, it was meant to be. Whatever it means to you, whatever process you've went through. You know how they say to make diamonds, coal has to be pressurized. I'm kind of getting that through this whole entire spread where like, all right, you're not going to get to where you're going, or you're not going to reach the promised land if it wasn't for what you've been through, for those experiences, for that pain you've experienced, because how could you be empathetic to the needs of others or how they're feeling, right? Like, I feel like it's all for a reason. It's all for a purpose. Like, I'm getting like chills reading this right now, Scorpio, and you know I don't always get like that, okay? The Wheel of Fortune is one of the best cards in the damn deck. This is luck changing for you. This represents the new cycle you're moving into, and it could be things very suddenly ramping up. So with all this stuff, like the waiting, then the Two of Pentacles, the universal energy with this, things could suddenly change for you or suddenly make sense, suddenly kick into gear. We have a happy ending on the back end. We do. Like your happy ending is showing up in the journey of these cards this week. And I'm not sure where you are within this journey. Okay. You might be up here, right? You might be in the early stages. Maybe you're in that holding pattern. But this is what we all have to look towards, that Two of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. It doesn't get much better than that. Once again, karmic. This is a karmic card. This is a karmic card. That's a karmic card. So it's showing up, the change, the metamorphosis. Scorpio, let's go through and do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we got the double tens, the cards of endings, the cards of pain. 10 of Swords with the 10 of Cups in reverse. Somebody really going through something difficult, but they're not letting the world see. So whether that is you or somebody else, like internally, there's a lot happening, a lot of pain, but they're not letting the world see. Okay, the endings, I know I already spoke about it. I don't want to keep repeating it. In the center, we have the 7 of Pentacles with the star in the upright, the journey, the time passing. It's just absolutely beautiful and reassuring here in the center, Scorpio. It's just beautiful. And the Spirit saying everything will be okay. Everything will work out. You needed to go through these things. You needed to go through these things. The pressure is what built you. In the back end, we have the Two of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune, more of this lovely karmic energy, giving us the prototypical happy ending, all right? And whether it is the next cycle coming up, maybe it's going to take a little while, maybe it's going to be tomorrow. For a lot of you, just know the journey was meant to be. The things you've been through, that pain, the endings, the ups, the downs, the waiting, it is what forms you and it is what will form you to have these victories. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And it will come suddenly when least expected. So please take a screenshot of that, Scorpio. I'm going to get you a shadow card here real quick. Shuffle it up one time and get you one shadow card. Let's see, my gods, what is in the shadows for Scorpio? Super interesting reading this week. And yes, my friends, you already know I always like to pull this at the very end. It's introspective to me. So whether it's something within yourself, something you don't quite see. What do we got for Scorpio in the shadows? Thank you. 3 of Pentacles, work situations, teamwork situations. And this could mean a lot of different things when we see the 3 of Pentacles as a shadow card. And let's just briefly go through it. This is a card of teamwork, right? Teamwork makes the dream work. That's what a lot of people say. So when I see the 3 of Pentacles in the shadows, it does represent somebody that has lone wolf syndrome, that doesn't like to ask for help if they need it, that feels like they can do it on their own. Okay, so in this time, if you feel like you need assistance, it's okay to ask for it. That's what this card tells us as a shadow card. Maybe some of you are having big issues in regards to what you do for work and how you earn money, or someone that you're connected to. When I see 3s, I think of people in our circle, not necessarily us. So there might be someone you need to keep an eye on in your circle when this shows up as a shadow card. So Scorpio, super interesting reading this week. That's what I have for you. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The September subscriber surprise. For the September subscriber surprise, I'll be picking 2 lucky winners to win 2 tarot decks completely at random. It will be a winner's choice. So if you want to get the Gilded Tarot, you could go ahead and do that. If you want the Everyday Witches Tarot, that's your choice as well. Any deck under $40 US will be given away. So if you'd like to get your name in for this one, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments which zodiac signs you get along best with. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you next time.